Yeah, I know you just got that shiny new iPhone for Christmas, so let the captain of Team Apple take you through the first 10 things that you should do with your new iPhone. What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, back again for the video. And the first thing that you're going to want to do with your new iPhone is to create an Apple ID. Now, your Apple ID is the hub for everything that you do with your iPhone as it relates to being able to download apps from the App Store, signing up for iCloud, having access to iMessage and FaceTime. None of this can be done without your Apple ID. So I'm pretty sure if you're a new iPhone user, your phone will take you through the process of creating an Apple ID. So make sure you do that. Next on the list, if you're coming from an iPhone to your new iPhone, then you probably know how to transfer your data. However, if you're coming from an Android to an iPhone, there's an app that you should go download on your Android called Move to iOS. That will make your data transfer a lot easier for moving data from your Android to your iPhone. So make sure you go to the Google Play Store, download that app. If you have a new iPhone, you could either transfer your data via iCloud or you could do it via Wi-Fi, because when you have a new iPhone, it will ask you to put your old iPhone close to your new iPhone, and then the data transfer will start that way via Wi-Fi. So you got multiple ways to transfer data if you're going from iPhone to iPhone. Speaking of iCloud, you should definitely, if you're a new iPhone owner, sign up for an iCloud account. iCloud is absolutely clutch. What iCloud allows for is that it allows you to, like, when you open up an app and you have to put in your username and password, you can save that information to your iCloud account. So no matter what device you're on, you can pull that information down. Also with iCloud, you can back up your iPhone to the cloud. So again, like today, if you're getting a new iPhone, then you could just pull down the backup from iCloud and all that data will be transferred wirelessly to your new iPhone or whatever Apple device that you choose to use. iCloud is absolutely clutch. So make sure you go sign up for iCloud if you haven't already. The other thing that you want to do when you get a new iPhone is make sure that you turn on Find My. Find My is absolutely essential, especially if you are prone to doing a lot of traveling and you are in a position where you could potentially lose your iPhone. Find My will track your iPhone down no matter where it is. So make sure you turn on Find My in the settings. This is another thing that probably going to be in your setup process if you're a new iPhone owner. So definitely look out for Find My. It's also an app as well on iPhone. So check it out if you haven't already. As you're setting up your iPhone, you definitely want to go turn on iMessage and make sure FaceTime is enabled as well. If you don't know what iMessage is by now, I don't know what to tell you, but basically it will allow you to text with your fellow friends, family, and whatever. If they have iPhones, they'll obviously show up in blue bubbles with iMessage. And obviously you want to turn on FaceTime because that allows you to video call your friends that have iPhones. So definitely turn on FaceTime and get you some FaceTime. The next thing I would advise you to do is try out Apple Music. Now, if you're a new iPhone owner, you probably will have a trial to Apple Music. But Apple Music is Apple's music streaming service. It basically allows you to download pretty much any album or almost any album that you want, as long as it's available on Apple Music. This is a big thing for me when Taylor Swift comes out with one of her re-records, or if any other artist comes out with a new album. Chances are the moment that album drops, it's going to appear on Apple Music for you to download. That way you don't have to go to a store or anywhere to go get the music. It's right there, readily available on your iPhone via Apple Music. All right, this next tip relates to taking pictures with your iPhone. If you're a new iPhone owner, when you go to take that first picture with your iPhone, that first picture or video, the phone is going to ask you if you want to turn on location tracking for your camera app and things like that. You do not. Make sure you turn off location tracking, or they might call it geotagging. You want to turn that off. And the reason why you want to turn that off is because if you leave it on, then your iPhone will literally mark the location that your picture was taken. And if you send that picture to somebody else, then they will have access to the locations. They'll know where you've been, different things like that. So it's just a security feature that I like to make sure that it's disabled. That way, when you're sending pictures or posting them on social media or sending them to friends and family, your location cannot be tracked. All right, so one of the cool things about using an iPhone is having access to Control Center. And it's just a quick area where you can get to quick settings and different things like that. So if you have one of the newer iPhones, you access the Control Center by swiping from the top right, swipe down, and this is where you go to the Control Center. I got a bunch of different things in my Control Center. I got home, kitchen, I got flashlight, different things like that. But you can also customize what appears in your Control Center. So in order for you to customize that, what you want to do is go to the Settings app and then scroll down to where you get to Control Center, and then you can add and subtract whatever you want to show up in your Control Center right here on the spot. Again, Control Center is awesome because it can be accessed from anywhere in the phone, no matter what applications you're in. You swipe down from the top right and boom, your Control Center is right there for you. So do with that what you will. Another quick tip I will tell you is that make sure you have Wi-Fi turned on your iPhone. The cool thing about Wi-Fi is that if you're on a cell phone plan that has a data allowance or a data limit, Wi-Fi does not use data. It uses the Wi-Fi in your house, obviously. So it does not count towards your cell phone plan's data allotment. So make sure you are turning on Wi-Fi. But be careful with public Wi-Fi because there are some hackers out there that can kind of sniff out your information if you're using public Wi-Fi. Like let's say you're at a hotel or Starbucks or anywhere that has public Wi-Fi. Be very, very careful when you're using public Wi-Fi. Make sure you're not logging into any of your secure banking apps or anything that needs a username and password. Never do that stuff on a public Wi-Fi network. But when you're at home, turn on the Wi-Fi. Don't use up your phone's data. Have fun. One of the most critical things that you will use as an iPhone owner is Apple Pay. Apple Pay is a contactless payment solution that allows you to pay for anything from your groceries to things from a vending machine. It makes online shopping a lot easier, especially if you're using Safari browser because Apple Pay is built into most merchants. Make sure you add credit cards to Apple Pay. Apple Pay will probably be a part of your setup process. And if not, I'll show you how to access it real quick. What you want to do is if you didn't set it up in your initial setup process, you just go out here to the Apple Wallet app. And then you can, at the top here, see where the plus sign is and hit it. And then you can add cards to Apple Pay and do it like that. Apple Pay is awesome. The best thing about Apple Pay is that it is the most secure way to pay for things because when you use Apple Pay, the merchants do not have access to your physical credit card information. Apple sets up a virtual credit card number that it didn't pass along to the merchant. And that way, your information is secure. So if that merchant were to ever be hacked or breached, your information is not compromised. So I think we're past 10. I don't know, but I got a couple of extra tips for you to get the most out of your new iPhone. Number one, widgets. Now, widgets are glanceable information or they can be shortcuts to apps. But if you want to add a widget to your home screen on your iPhone, just press and hold on an open spot on the iPhone. And then at the top left, there'll be a plus sign. Click on that plus sign and then just scroll through the different widget options that you have. I got reminders here. I got photos, TikTok, Gmail, whatever. But a lot of apps that you download on your iPhone will allow you to add widgets on your homepage for them. So definitely take advantage of that if that's your flavor. Also, there's an important health feature that is available on your iPhone called Medical ID. And this comes in handy if, let's say, something happens to you and you get into an accident and you're incapacitated and somebody needs to find out some information about you, find out an emergency contact. Medical ID can be enabled on a lock screen so that person can have access to your name, height, weight, emergency contacts, different things like that. So go in there, put that information into Medical ID so that can be available to people who might need to help you. So get that done ASAP. So having a new iPhone is cute and cuddly until you drop it. So go get yourself some protection. Check out this video right there to help you with that.